Yo, GK Nation. GPS. The Grown Folks Podcast.
Oh my God. Welcome to the podcast.
An extension of the Grown Folks Kids Show. Introducing the host with the most, the great gun. Keeping it here. This is going to be fun. Because I'm Batman.
Sit up, hey. You sit up, hey. You sit up, hey. You sit up, hey.
Hey, yo, what is going on? What is happening?
Man, what's
GK
going on?
Stop. What's up?
A little bit more snap on it there, big homie.
Trying,
you gotta put a little bit more snap on it.
Honestly, I don't got energy for a show. Well, you know what's going to give me some energy to do this show?
What's that?
When we talk about the NBA's top 25. See, I told you I didn't have energy.
Man,
Top 75. Because I got some energy.
The bogus 75.
It's not so much about it.
It's bogus.
It's about 85% good.
For the original
25%. Original 50 solid.
So that's
With the
25.
exception not having Dominique Wilkins and Bob McAdoo on it. But you know what? It's pretty much solid.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
one, we're going to have to...
There's quite a few that were put on there.
We're going to have to take out some of these media credentials from some people. This recency media. But we're revealing too much right now. Listen, with a Grown Folks Kids Show,
GPS.
and let us
Navigate you through our mind.
because when we talk about this, it's going to be a wonderful place to be.
Hopefully.
See, I'm already getting energized.
Okay.
All right. And
I'm just
remember,
saying.
please subscribe, like, all those things. Just be part of us.
Be part of us. I like that.
Just be part of
Put
us.
that on a t-shirt.
Yeah, just be part of us, okay? And you know what? I'm gonna have to open up an online store of Grown Folks Gear, and listen, just be part of us, okay? Go to Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, whatever platform you listen to for your podcast. You type in Grown Folks Kids Shows GPS.
That's correct.
All right, and you'll get to our podcast, or just go to our .com, grownfolkskidsshow.com, and select either TV, right, for TV shows, or podcast for our podcast shows. They're two different things. You want to see it. Those local in Spokane, Washington, we're on Channel 14 on most of the days of the week. Hey, now listen, okay? This is a good show.
Hey,
What's
get
up?
that app. All around the world, if you got a Roku,
Yep.
get that.
Oh, that's
app.
right. CMTV has a app now. You can get on
Community-minded television.
Yeah.
You got to write that out
Community,
to get that app.
you have to write that out. Community-minded television. Get that app. You'll
And
see
you
our
can see
show.
you can get our new season right now.
That's right. It's all uploaded. All right. So, here's the thing.
What's the thing?
Okay. All right. We got a good show coming for y'all
What we talking about?
because, first of all, I'm Drivin. And who are you?
You know me. I'm the man on the golden mic with that melodious voice. That's right. The quiet storm voice.
Quiet storm.
The great gunny.
It ain't gonna be too quiet when we talk about some of these topics. But
No,
first,
we probably won't.
we're gonna start off with some Planet Nerd. All right,
I gotta
switch
put
the
my
music.
glasses on.
We're gonna go to Planet Nerd. Here we go. You ready for Planet Nerd?
Let's
then?
go.
All right, Planet Nerd. Okay. Listen, when we say Planet Nerd, that's one of our, if you listen to our TV show, we got Planet Nerd, we got Barbershop Talk for sports and entertainment, and then we also got, I'm missing something. Somewhat serious. So we talk about serious things within the realms of sports, entertainment, comic book movies, wrestling, all that stuff. Okay, so here we go. On Planet Nerd, let me ask you a quick question.
Hit me up.
Charles, I had a couple people tell me they had a preview of the movie. The movie ain't came out yet.
Which movie?
The Eternals.
Okay. All right. Hit me up.
The movie ain't came out yet, The Eternals, right? Some people say, I'm not hearing too positive reviews about this Eternal. So, my mind instantly goes to Thor 2, maybe Captain Marvel's movie, because I wasn't really too thrilled about it. It was okay. It wasn't bad, and it wasn't good.
Right.
It was okay. I think we got spoiled with so many awesome Marvel movies. When they kick out some of those kind of blahs once in a while, you're like, oh man, it stands out.
So before you even go any further,
okay,
do you remember what Kevin Feige said when he talked about it?
I don't.
Remember, he said that this movie was going to be.
Wait, hold on. I didn't ask my question yet, though.
Well, you said it was blah blah blah.
No, I just said
you
some
said you
people
heard.
was.
Right.
I heard.
And I wanted to.
You can't address them yet, though, until I ask my question.
All right, ask your question.
All right. Now I can ask my question. You already tried to spoil the thing already. Here's my question, man. Okay.
Man.
Is the Eternals... I'm creating a question as we go here. I'm trying to cover a good question in my head. Is the Eternals going to make things a little complicated for the common non-comic book moviegoers that comic book movies are thriving on to stay alive? Because they ain't the comic book fans you just got to please. They'll make you some money, but they don't make you enough money. It's the common folks, those who don't get in deep into comic book pages and all that stuff, okay, are going to these Marvel movies and say, oh, this is so cool. Iron Man's pretty fun. Robert Downey Jr. is pretty cool as Iron Man. Those type of people, right? The Shang-Chi ones, like, wow, that was pretty cool. Man, I even see some Pokemon references in there, right? Okay. Is the Eternals threatening, if you release it with the big story they got, and I'll go deeper into it as you go ahead and talk, because I've said I'm gonna cut back on rambling too long, okay? Is the Eternals gonna make things a little more complicated for, it's gonna open the door to too much complication in the things, and you're gonna start losing some of those viewers. What's going on, man?
Okay, so before I get into my,
you might have to explain the Eternals too to some people, because the movie ain't came out yet.
Right.
All right.
So
we're not gonna talk about the movie because we haven't seen it.
I'm gonna try and make it simple as possible before I hit the Kevin Feige
go ahead.
statement.
Go ahead, speak up.
I'm gonna ask you a question. How many movies did Marvel put out?
I don't know. I mean, you want me to sit here and count all the movies? I mean, if you know the answer to that, go ahead. I mean,
like
25, 24,
25,
24, 26.
26 consecutive movies.
Okay, all right. So I was right, mid-20s.
Were connected. And out of those 25,
yep,
you got an array.
Well, we're about to do percentages, people.
No. You got an array of different genres.
Yep.
Of movies within a comic book movie. Yep. So you just didn't have smash 'em up action movies. You had sci-fi.
We had some sci-fi.
You had spy and thriller.
We had spy and thriller. We had some Star Wars action inside the company, with the Guardians of the Galaxy.
We
had space,
we
Star
had comedy.
Wars. Yeah. Spy.
We've had all kinds. We've had love stories.
We have love stories.
So
science with the quantum realm and Ant-Man.
Right.
All right. Go ahead.
So what was left
and
out?
Magic.
Yeah, magic. But I mean, that's just sci-fi, fantasy.
Magic. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So what was left out? What big genre of movie is left out?
I don't know. What do you think? Drama. No, I don't think there is drama.
There's no drama.
Wait, hold on. I'm thinking. No? Not enough to call it drama.
Yeah, not enough for one movie.
You said that the Eternals are going to be more drama-based?
I'm not saying it's going to be drama-based.
Is this drama-based meets the X-Men?
A year ago,
what?
Kevin Feige said the Eternals was going to be their, how could you say, Oscar performance type movie.
Yeah. Whatever, because it got Andrew Jules.
No,
these Hollywood stars.
This was before they did. He because of the script. He said this was going to be the one that you would look at and say, I could see this being as a best picture type of movie, which it probably won't, but it might because we had a short year.
He's gonna do This Is Us on Marvel. This Is Us,
so you're telling me you don't like dramas?
The Celestials are not there right now, and then the siblings can't figure this stuff out, life out. Is this gonna be This Is Us meets Marvel?
You don't like drama movies?
I don't want no drama in my comic book movies.
Stop it.
Give me some action.
Batman is a drama.
Because I'm Batman.
Action.
I'm Batman.
With action. Logan was a drama
with action
inside of, but this has action.
What?
The commercial showed you that you're going to have action in.
I don't know. I'm not judging the movie already because I'm just hearing things through the grapevine, man.
Okay, but this is why
this
is why I'm breaking it down.
All right, what's up?
Okay, this is what the Great Gunny does.
All right,
opens up
this
the
is what
mind.
the Great Gunnies do. He
open up your mind.
The Great Gunny, he opens up the mind. Go ahead.
Open up your mind.
Open up people's mind. I'm trying to open up minds because actually I can't open it up. You're talking about drama. I don't want no Saint Elsewhere. I don't want no what do you call it, a soap opera? Who shot Dallas?
Oh, you're talking about Dallas?
Yeah,
Dallas.
Who shot JR? Yeah, I don't want no Dallas in my no General Hospital DC Marvel version. What? Go ahead.
Doctor Strange wasn't that big on action. It was a lot of drama.
Doctor Strange has some. It was a setup beginning movie, so you can't use that.
Okay, so why isn't Eternals a setup beginning movie?
Eternals is trying to explain what's already been there the whole time.
Well, Eternals is and it isn't.
I just don't want to see St. Elmo's.
You don't want to what?
I don't want to see
St. Elmo's Fire.
St. Elmo's Fire. There you go. General Hospital.
This ain't a TV show.
Okay.
It's a movie.
It's a movie.
Yeah, there's a movie.
And I'm talking about the drama.
But you gotta have drama. It has. All right. So if you need the mythology to
you're right.
I'm
just making jokes. You're right.
But the mythology has to be laid, and this is the problem with critics today.
Okay, what's up?
Critics will critique a movie and say it didn't have enough depth in a movie.
And this one's supposed to have depth.
And this
because they got a lot to explain.
And it's almost 3 hours.
Almost 3 hours, man? Are you kidding me?
I think it's almost 3 hours.
Man,
it might be
it's not no Justice League versus Darkseid.
Well, you didn't get that in the first one,
but still,
and that was 4 hours.
We thought that one was happening, and it was still good, but 3 hours, man, that's crazy. But anyways,
and also critics don't know. Critics 9 times out of 10 don't get it right.
Well,
with the comic book movies.
Critics are in love with all the Marvel movies. Actually, critics ain't the ones. It's people who must have seen it beforehand. But here's the thing.
It's the critics rating.
Well, that too. But see, they have a lot to explain because that's the reason for the question is people, okay, but why do you even ask the question, Andre? I'll tell you why I asked the question.
Why you ask the question?
It's because, just think about it, okay? This whole time, as everything's going on, and as the last time I checked, Thanos is somewhat of a deviant, right? And they're supposed to protect themselves from the Eternals and Deviants are supposed to war each other because the Celestials, the godlike figures, created these two groups, right? And there's people above the Celestials. So now we open in the whole God thing, right?
There's no one above the Celestials.
Well, there's groups above.
Very rare. They're not going to be in the Marvel universe.
Well, who knows? Maybe. But anyways, here's the thing. Okay. We got to figure out how to introduce the X-Men. Okay, now we're doing the whole multiple timelines and all that. This is leading up to the multiple timelines. Now you open all that up. Now you got to talk about multiple universes and universes that exist before us. Now you got to open up the door to the beyond the space stuff, right? Okay, here comes the Eternals, supposed to be here, made, all right, to protect the Earth from the Deviants. Okay, so now they got to explain why they were sitting on their hands while Thanos was going out there trying to wipe out half the galaxy with all that power they had. They could have stopped Thanos right there and then.
He's not a deviant.
He's a deviant.
He's not a deviant.
He's a deviant. Don't make me.
He's not a deviant.
Hold on.
You can Google it.
I'm Googling it right now.
Google it.
Thanos is a deviant.
He's not.
What is he?
He's a half-breed.
Oh my God.
He has deviance in him. But he's not a deviant. He's an Eternal, actually.
I hate to bring race into this, but Jim Crow says, a quarter black makes you black.
Hold up. But when I say that, no, you be like, no, you got to be mixed race. You're multiracial.
I do say it's called biracial, Charles.
So
That's such an incorrect political term. But for this argument,
oh, so you
I'm bringing in Jim Crow laws.
Hypocrisy.
A quarter deviant makes you full deviant.
The hypocrisy.
I'm making a t-shirt of that. A quarter deviant makes you a full deviant. I got a quarter thug makes me a full thug.
So what you gonna you're gonna call that? You ain't got no thug. You ain't cut that out.
No.
You cut that.
I'm about drama. I'm about This Is Us.
This Is Us.
Yeah, I'm not watching Empire. I'm watching This Is Us.
This Is Us.
No. I like This Is Us. I like the first.
I don't
season.
even know what This Is Us is.
You're behind times. Anyways, so they're going to have to explain that, and then it's going to make it complicated because then you got to get into all of this stuff, and then now you're going to get into deep comic book nerdism, which is going to take away from your core general audience. That's what it's called, general audience. And they're going to be like, this is too complicated. This is going over my head. Hey, listen, I like Fast and Furious 5 and 6 with The Rock, and when they still about the cars, but they put a little bit of international stuff. Now you got black dudes, you got brothers in whatever car that. What kind of car was that?
A Fiero.
A Fiero strapped to a rocket going to space.
Why are you even putting that in the masterpiece of Marvel cinema?
Just stay group, man.
Fast
no
and
more
Furious
you producing.
No
more Van Diesel producing any more Fast Food. You just group now, okay?
But it's never been masterpiece movies.
It's not supposed to be. But what I'm saying is it's going too far over the top. And
That's over the top.
The general audience is going to be like, man, this is too comic book nerdish for me. I'm already lost. This is too much. You're talking about multiple timelines and different gods.
But they got you ready for that.
But
they got you ready for that.
Well, that's why I'm asking. Is this, by the way, let me see.
I'm waiting.
Is Thanos a deviant or an Eternal?
In the comic book, in all actuality,
he is an Eternal.
I told you
but
that.
a very rare breed of
Eternal because he has deviant blood in him.
Because he also carries a deviant gene in him. He's a mutant.
Bam!
Which makes him a very special member of his race. He's certainly not a Celestial. A Celestial responsible for the creation of the Eternals.
He's also going to get his flowers now.
Himself is a. Let's see, we're both right. Is a rare deviant amongst the Eternals. See, he's a deviant.
You're gonna make me cough on this
microphone.
Either way,
they're supposed to protect the Earth from the Eternals. Supposed to protect the Earth from the deviants, and he's a deviant, a rare deviant / Eternal, wherever he is. He ain't them. They supposed to protect the people that love so much.
No.
This is going to make things a little complicated for Marvel.
I don't think it will.
All right,
what you trying to say? The American people are stupid?
I think the general audience don't want to think.
The general audience is stupid?
Yeah, that's so much stupid. They don't want to think. They just want to be entertained. I want to be entertained. I don't want to spend half the time thinking unless I'm going to go see a Christopher Nolan movie like that. What's that movie? The last one.
Inception?
What?
Oh, you mean his last one?
His last one.
But it's the same thing. It's just like Inception.
Keith David Washington just sat there and made you just think the whole way through that your brain started hurting halfway through the movie. I said, this is too much, man. I'm spending more time thinking, trying to figure stuff out. I feel like I'm in science class and I just want to sit here and just be entertained. Is the Eternals going to put us too far in heavy comic book nerdism?
No, because it's one movie. And it's sandwiched between two action-packed movies.
I know, man. I can't wait for that Spider-Man.
And you're talking about Tenet.
Tenet! Yes! That movie. Gosh, I didn't even watch that movie again. You know, sometimes you gotta watch it 2 or 3 or 4 times.
I watched it twice.
I can't. It's too much.
I caught on in the middle, and then I had to go back because my wife was asking me too many questions.
I was so disappointed.
What?
So disappointed.
You were disappointed?
And you know, Christopher Nolan is one of my most favorite producers of all time. Because it took too much thinking. I was okay, but it took too much. Like it it's like more written that he was trying to show people how smart he is than just give us a good story that even a common person can get. But you know what? Sometimes directors
Why'd you
do
say
that.
comic? It wasn't a comic.
What?
You said a comic person.
Or did you say common? Common.
Well, this movie
person.
ain't made for common people.
I know.
Tenet wasn't
It ain't made for us commoners. We are too stupid to understand.
It went from Memento to Interstellar.
Yeah. Interstellar.
To Inception.
It's still Inception.
To Tenet.
They had some complication things, but he made it very. Oh, I don't even want to talk about it. But anyways, so the final thing, yes or no? You think it's going to make it too complicated? You think, what do you think?
It probably is going to be complicated. It probably is going to be really in depth and deep, and a lot of information. Thor, the second Thor, the dark elves or whatever the heck it was, Dark World. That was the same thing. People didn't like it, and then they had to go back and watch. They had to go back and watch it because
it's got some good points in there.
Because of the Avengers movie.
Yeah, right.
So,
all right. So, okay.
No,
I think we're good.
Don't.
We do
not talk bad about Kevin Feige here.
No, we're not talking about Kevin Feige.
He has not steered us wrong.
I ain't talking about the Kevin Feige. I'm talking about the internal storyline in general.
He's got to do what Warner Brothers done and give us like 4 or 5 bad movies before I even think.
Well, it's not about him because he's the man. So no, it's not about that. It's about the Eternals. All right, so let's go on to our next topic. So let's run this commercial real quick.
Oh, before you go to your topic,
what's up?
You saw that Carnage, right?
We'll talk about that another day.
Because that after credit scene opens up a lot of information. Okay, go on. Commercial.
Hey, yo, this is Trey Irvin from the Grown Folks Kids Shows, GPS, with my co-host,
the man with the golden mic, the great Gunny.
Check out our hot and upcoming weekly podcast. We talk about comic books, comic book movies, games, sports, wrestling, music, entertainment, social issues. I guess that means we're a variety show for all of you.
So pick your favorite podcast platform, type in Grown Folks Kids Shows GPS, subscribe and follow.
Cause we be grown, but we keep it kid.
Well, now we are going to be talking about, okay?
What?
We're going to be talking about,
Barbershop Talk.
Barbershop Talk NBA Top 75 list, man.
Do we even got to talk about the 75, or did we just talk about the 25 that they put on that sucked?
Well, you don't have to, necessarily talk about, I don't want to go, name for name, really. I mean, we're not going to do that. But, I mean, we'll talk about some notable stuff. Okay. All right.
So
pretty much,
I'm gonna go down the list.
The NBA has just released the top 75 players,
greatest players
of all time. Not in any chronological order. Okay, and they were very wise not to do that because it would have been an even larger debate.
Oh yeah,
it would have been a mess. But, which is smart, you don't want to do that. Let people figure that out for themselves because everyone's top 10 is going to be different.
Yep.
So, but they just put that out, celebrating 75 years. The last list was 1996 with the top 50. And then I think sometime in the early 80s, they had the top, not early 80s.
The merger.
The merger, yeah.
When the merger came from.
Well, there was a
ABA and the
top 30. It was a top 30 list.
I did a top 25.
And they did a top 20 list or something like that.
Top 25, then a top 30.
They did a top 30, right? Okay. All right. So, they got a new top 25. A new top 75 would have added new 25 players because those who made the top 50 stayed on the list, which I'm glad they decided to do. Hey man, man, I'm a top 50 player. Oh, well, why are you not on the top 75? Oh, well, I wasn't good enough to be on the top 75. Wait a minute, you top 50 but not good enough to be top 75? That don't make sense to me.
There's quite a bit of top. There's some top 75 players that should be on the list and they ain't on the list.
That's true. But all right. So, last top 50 the only two snubs I think everybody was up in arms about, just like Isaiah Thomas being left off the Dream Team, was Dominique Wilkins and Bob McAdoo being left off the list for like Paul Arizin and even Bill Walton.
Dave Bing
got in there, but they were great players in their era. That's why they justified keeping the top 50 the way it is.
David Cohen.
Because in basketball, eras at that time are different. Different basketball eras, like people score from the three more. They didn't do that in the 60s and 70s, right?
Or
so
the 80s.
Of course, or the 80s. So stats are going to be skewed a little bit, right?
Different.
They're going to be different.
Different
Not
eras.
skewed, but just different eras, different things,
Different
right?
schemes, different defenses.
Different ask. Because you asked.
Different rules.
Jordan wasn't asked to shoot a bunch of threes.
Let's not do this.
Compared to LeBron shooting threes, or Kobe hit more threes than Jordan because the game.
Let's leave those three out of this conversation, man.
Let's listen. Okay, it's not about the greatest. I'm saying.
Okay.
They weren't asked to take a bunch of threes. Jordan could have shot the same type of threes as these modern dudes do, but the game was different.
Bird could have done that.
Right.
Oh,
Akeem Olajuwon will go shoot and jump, hitting threes, but Joel Embiid is doing it, right? So different eras had different rules, different times, different physicality, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So that's what justified top 75. But what is so glaring about this top 75 list that stood out to you? Who you think should not have been on there and who should have been on there? Matter of fact, why don't you just go ahead and real quick just name the new people on the top from the new 25. Go ahead. Ready? Go.
You got Ray Allen, Giannis, Carmelo, Kobe, Stephen Curry, Anthony Davis.
What, Stephen Curry's on there? He don't belong on there.
Shut up. Anthony Davis, Tim Duncan, Kevin Durant, Kevin Garnett, James Harden, Allen Iverson,
yes indeed,
LeBron James.
Oh, LeBron James.
Yeah, I think he should be on there. Jason Kidd.
You tell me LeBron James can make top 3, but he shouldn't be on top 50. I don't think he should be in top 50.
If he's not top 3?
No, he can be top 3, but he can't be in top 50.
Nah.
All right, go ahead.
Where was I? Jason Kidd, Kawhi Leonard.
Jason Kidd. Kawhi Leonard?
Kawhi Leonard? Damian Lillard.
What? Whoa! Say that again?
Damian Lillard.
Whoa! One more time.
Damian Lillard.
No way! Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
How the hecksters in God's green, beautiful, in some parts, expression in the Northwest, green earth, is Damian Lillard in the top 75?
I have no idea. Can someone explain that to me?
He gets top 75 over people like, I didn't hear Klay Thompson's name.
I'm not done yet. But
who you got?
We got Bob McAdoo.
That's a rectification.
Reggie Miller.
And I agree, he didn't belong in the top, well,
the top 50.
He is a top 50 player. But this came out in 1996, and that's when Reggie was getting really hot.
He was
really starting to cook. But at the same time, I happen to notice Giannis is on that list, and he's only 26. They gave Shaquille O'Neal a spot on that list while he was still early 4 years in his career.
You know what?
That's future projection.
But but the 4 years he was doing, there was nothing no one could do about him.
They just knew no one's going to stop him.
Do anything. He had.
They gambled on it.
He had twinkle toes feet.
They gambled on it.
Yeah,
they gambled on it because what if he got career injury?
If he got an injury
in 1997 or 98, that means you guys would have put him on the top 50 list with only 7 years of pro action, no titles, and not enough records to show for anything.
Mm-hmm.
So they gambled on that. They got it right. They got it right.
Mm-hmm.
But they're doing the same thing with Giannis, but Giannis do got championships and 2 MVPs, though.
He got 1 championship and 2 MVPs.
He's got like one championship and 2 MVPs.
There you go.
And one of those he didn't deserve.
Yeah,
that's LeBron James who won that one.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah. And I agree. And you know how I feel about LeBron.
Everyone felt about LeBron winning that one. But anyways, that was media falling in love.
So Steve Nash.
Mostly. super duper agree.
Dirk Nowitzki.
Well, I mean, Dirk's top 6 scorer in the league, top 7, something like that.
Mm-hmm. Chris Paul.
Best guards, one of the best guards of all time. I say, yeah, he doesn't have a championship, but he's the best guard, one of the best guards of all time, flat out, period, without a championship.
Chris Paul.
Yeah.
Gary Payton.
The glove. And he's coming from Seattle, Tacoma. Yep.
The Truth. Paul Pierce.
If you got left out of that list, well, I would have started a protest.
Dennis Rodman.
Oh, yeah. But see, Dennis Rodman's going to open up a can of worms here.
Dwayne Wade.
I'll tell you why. Of course, Wade County. Of course, the king of Wade County, Dade County, Miami. That's his.
Russell Westbrook.
Boy. Well, I will say this. When you go 3 straight years in a triple-double, no matter, it's a little different today's time than triple-double be 15, 20 years ago. It's a lot easier to do it nowadays compared to 15, 20 years ago. Okay? I get that, but triple-double is still a triple-double. And his triple-doubles is pretty magnormous. He did that for 3 straight years. Mm-hmm. He's got all the triple-double records. And when he's done, he's going to have all the triple-double records.
Yep.
I get it. I get that point. And he won the MVP. He won MVP. And he has 3 straight.
Won the MVP. He ain't on the list.
Well, at the same time, getting the triple-double took 30 years for the next person to get that.
Yeah,
and he did it 3 years in a row.
Yeah, and what did his team do?
Yeah. His team didn't listen.
Russell Westbrook's on your team, so you're losing.
Oh my
He is
gosh.
DJ Yella.
Oh my
He just got a quad. He just got a quadruple double.
Yeah. Yeah.
He got a quadruple double.
That's a stats thing. He's on there because of
10
stats.
turnovers.
He's on there because of stats.
Oh yeah.
And he deserves to be on top 25. I
don't know.
In a way.
Okay, we'll see if he deserves when I start bringing up some names.
All right, go ahead. Come on, we got to get into
And then
this.
Dominique Wilkins.
Well, that's another rectification.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay, there we go. Let's go.
All right.
Let's go.
Right. So let's see. Damian Lillard. Let me see here.
No. Let's not
I'm
mention
already
Damian
jumping.
Lillard.
No,
Let's just mention people
I
that you think should have been on there. Who do you think should have been on there?
I don't agree with it. Yo,
Okay,
I'll
even
tell
though
you
you don't.
who should be on there, okay, and who should not be on there.
Well,
Damian Lillard should not be on there, and to replace him, you need to put Klay, by God, Thompson.
so that's one person that you want on there, Klay Thompson.
Do you want to know why?
No. I'm asking. That's one. I don't want to know who.
I only got 3.
You should have more than 3. But okay, let's
Well,
go. You got.
at the same time, it's kind of hard. You got to take someone out, and those lists is pretty
You're right.
legit.
You gotta
That's pretty
take
legit.
Mm-hmm. Really?
It's pretty legit. I would go after guys who still have a whole lot more time to prove their worthiness.
Okay, so you say Klay Thompson.
I say Klay Thompson.
Who's your next person?
Manu Ginobili.
Okay. Now we talking.
This is
Now we
sorry, y'all.
talking.
I don't swear, but I'm gonna have to do it right now. How in the hecksters? Okay. How in the HE double the hockey sticks? Okay. Manu Ginobili, the greatest international basketball player of all time.
I agree.
Okay, is not on that top 75. He's gonna make his first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah, he's got to be.
He's gonna make International Basketball Hall of Fame.
Yep.
NBA Hall of Fame.
Yep.
Argentina Basketball Hall of Fame.
Yep.
Olympic Hall of Fame.
Yep.
And he ain't on NBA's top 75 list. You know what the NBA just did? Because they know these modern guys you got right now.
They don't hurt nobody's feelings.
Yeah, let's see. This is year 2021.
2021.
So 20. So we're talking about year 2046.
What about it?
In 2046, they're going to elect another 25. Okay? All right, but here's the thing. They left some big names out of it.
Are you sure they're going to go that long?
75. They're already talking about the next is top 100. That's going to be a big one. That's going to be a big one. Top 100 is like, that's the deal, right? Because by 25 years, you would have had thousands and thousands and thousands of basketball players that entered the league in the last 100 years, right? I mean, that's an ungodly amount of number of guys who played in the NBA.
So Klay Thompson's got to wait 25 years?
He's going to have to wait 25 years. But see, they already got to figure it out. They're like, these modern guys, they're all going to have inflated stats. So it's going to be kind of hard to figure out who's going to be that 25 because everything's going to be unless they go back, unless they change the rules in the next 10 years, go get more physical, it's going to be hard to determine who belongs on that. If they keep the fluffy rules that they got, everybody scores, everyone shoots threes, everybody's going to do all it. It's going to, whatever. Why Manu Ginobili is not on it? And Dwight Howard.
Dwight Howard, yeah.
If you compare his stats compared to Dennis Rodman's, you look at, if you took first 10 years of Dwight Howard compared to Dennis Rodman or whoever, other big guys, it's comparable to some of the top 5 big men in the league history.
I agree.
History. All those players, the defensive player of the years, and at one point they were talking about who's better, LeBron James or Dwight Howard.
In the beginning, yeah.
And you tell me he ain't top 75 because you don't like him in the media anymore? Who do you think?
What about Tony Parker?
I don't get that either. You know why? Because he's international and he's on the boring Spurs. He's international, he's on the boring Spurs.
They got Timmy on there.
But they don't really consider Tim Duncan international. He's more American. The Virgin Islands is more of America.
No, I mean, just he's still Timmy Duncan.
You can't deny Timmy Duncan because everything went through him. But if you think about it, Tony Parker is one of the most winningest guards he is the winningest guard in NBA history, isn't he?
I believe outside of Magic Johnson.
No, he is.
That's what I'm saying.
Because he had a longer career than Magic Johnson. He did.
Yeah, okay.
Right. And here's the thing. They won for 20 straight years. Playoffs. He was the anchor guard on that, right?
Oh, I'm not denying anything when it comes to that Spurs team.
Right. They're the most winning. They won the most of all trios, NBA trios, that these big threes that you got. Guess who's the most winning big three? People don't even believe it. They don't want to talk about that. Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker, and Tim Duncan, all three should be on the top 75.
Oh, I agree.
Right? You got James Worthy, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and Magic Johnson. That was the big three. They all made top 50, didn't they?
They sure did.
Someone argue with me, please. Tell me I'm wrong.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm asking you questions, but
what do you got to say about it? I'm doing all the talking. What you got to say?
Because there's nothing to say. You're right. But
I'm too right.
What about Vince Carter?
Can I get it? Well, no. Okay, there we go. There we can argue. Okay, all right. Now we got to argue.
I'm asking.
No. Human highlight reel, awesome. He has some good scoring runs. Can never lead a team to win. And he made some all-star teams, but
I'm asking. So yeah,
the best dunker of all time doesn't get you top 75. He might, you know what? Just because his longevity, they might reward him in the top 100. And he had a huge impact in the game. Okay, but no.
Tracy McGrady.
Oh, Tracy McGrady, man, he's my favorite player. He was my favorite. I modeled my game along the side of, because we're the same age bracket, so I was like, okay, this dude, me and him speak the same language,
right?
Because I started playing like that more when I moved out the post a little bit. But he just never can lead a team to victory. That hurts.
But not everybody on here has led a team to victory.
They led him to some playoff. Well, I get it. Not everybody led.
They got Damian Lillard on here.
I know, man. And he just finally made the Eastern Conference. But at least he made Eastern. Shoot, Tracy McGrady can't even say that. I think just because they were a part of, there was a lot of showtime to what they were doing. But it didn't translate into necessarily MVPs, all NBAs, well, he did get some all NBA. His first ballot Hall of Famer. I'm kind of confused by it. If you're a first ballot Hall of Famer, how you not top 75?
I'm just asking, that I know how you feel about Tracy.
The two most unguardable players in the era. Michael Jordan didn't even have this, right? But Kobe and LeBron did. Mm-hmm. LeBron had LeBron James. Kevin Durant and Steph Curry. He had to deal with. Mm-hmm. He can't say I dominated this era all by myself. He can't say that. Jordan can actually say that because there were no equals, right? Mm-hmm. But Kobe had to deal with Tracy McGrady,
right?
Kobe can't sit there and say I'm better than. Well, he said I'm better. He can't sit there. He said the hardest player he had to guard was Tracy McGrady.
Yeah, you're right.
I think Kobe's the only person that Kobe's seen as an equal or somewhat close to him was Tracy McGrady. Tracy McGrady, dude, I don't see you above me either. I'm gonna show you. Put this 50 up real quick, right?
Oh no, you're right. You're right. You're right.
So, what do you think?
What about
who's yours?
What about Grant Hill?
Hurt, injury, not enough time. But then you go, well, Bill Walton's on there. Yeah, he had a few moments, but Bill Walton won some championships. Grant didn't.
That's true.
And the short time he was on there, he was pretty impactful. He brought a championship to the Pacific Northwest first before Seattle did.
All right. Well, I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna name two more players, and then we can move on. What about Chris Mullen and Pau Gasol?
Ooh, Chris Mullen not on that list. Wait a minute.
Chris Mullen is not on that list. He is not on.
You tell me Dream Team Chris Mullen not on that list?
Chris Mullen is on the Dream Team, and he's not
on
that list.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Stop the presses. Let me see. I'm Googling top 10. I thought I had this all figured out.
I'm trying to tell you.
I'm sorry, people. I thought I had this figured out.
And I just threw a monkey wrench in there, like I always do.
Oh, my gosh. Are you telling me Chris Mullen is not? What do you think about it?
I think it's bogus that Chris Mullen isn't on there. He was on the original Dream Team.
I'm Googling it right now. Biggest snubs of all time, 75 players of all time. Let me see the biggest snubs. Bleacher Report. Biggest snubs.
Bleacher Report. Oh, that's Creature Report.
What do you think about when I look up this big snub that you speak of? What do you think?
I have two people that I think should have been on here.
Will Bellamy? I guess.
Outside of the two that I named, because Pau Gasol should be on there. But I think Derrick Rose wasn't on there. And I know, he's got injuries, but if we making excuses for others, then should be there. And Sean Kemp.
Now, Sean Kemp was his fault. He was on a verge of becoming one of the greatest power forwards of all time. Mm-hmm. He just fell off. So when he left, he just completely fell. It was such a quick fall off.
You know what? People say that, but if you go back and look at his stats,
they were pretty big. Adrian Dentley.
I don't even want to talk about that. Let's not even talk about that. Because now we go, then I'll go back and then I'll start,
Yeah, we can find people.
Because I can just
Paul
name
Gasol.
people. Yeah, that's what I said.
Most definitely.
Pau Gasol should be on
Ginobili don't make sense to me. He's the greatest international basketball player. He's got 4 rings. He is the Euro step redefined like 90% of these kids are doing right now is because of what he did.
Because of him.
It don't make sense.
Why? Tell me why Chris Mullen isn't on there. The original Dream Team. Isn't everybody on the original Dream Team on there but Chris Mullen?
I thought Chris Mullen was on the top. Oh, he is not.
I'm trying to tell you, man. The great Gunny B, he got an eye for the vernacular.
Well, you know what, though? Crap.
Think about it.
6 seasons, though, he averaged 25 points, 5.3 rebounds, and 4.2 assists. But he fell off real fast. For the remaining 8 seasons, he went 12 points a game. So half his career...
They put Carmelo Anthony on here.
It's the Dwight Howard thing. Half of Dwight Howard's career, he was a traveling role player.
Why is Carmelo Anthony on there?
Because Carmelo Anthony's top 10 scorer of all time. He's like number 6, I think. Number 6 or 7 top scorer of all time. So you make the top 10 top scorers, you on there. He's
on the Dream Team. The original Dream
And it
Team.
came out in 92 when Chris Mullen was one of the hottest players.
So he
Run
wasn't-
TMC.
So he wasn't
Run
put,
TMC.
He wasn't put on the top 50. So you would figure he would make it to the
You think he'll be in the top 75, but
he was on the original. He's the only person on the original Dream Team.
crap, man, he might not even be alive to get onto that one. I mean, he's still kind of young, but he's gonna be really old before he finally gets
He'll
on.
be older than Bill Russell is now.
He should have been on his top 75.
Yes.
Shoot, I mean, I would sacrifice Klay Thompson, I guess, but Damian Lillard? Klay Thompson's got 3 rings, dude. You're finding out right now Klay Thompson wasn't just this 3rd, 4th option all-star. Since he's been out, Golden State's been out.
Klay Thompson is
Okay.
a third, 4th option all-star on a mega team. He's a first option on any other team.
Dude, he's going to go down as the
outside of
second
the
greatest
Lakers.
shooter. You can even future cast him. He is going to go down as the second best 3-point shooter in NBA history. Behind who? His teammate Steph Curry.
Mm-hmm.
Splash Brothers.
There's only 5 people on that
They're
list.
like the Klitschko brothers.
what
They
is
dominate boxing for a decade.
The
They go into Hall of
5
Fame
greatest
together.
3-point shooters of all time.
It's going to be, they're going to say this. Guess what they're going to say? They're going to say Ray Allen. They're going to say Reggie Miller, okay?
Mm-hmm.
They're going to might even say, well, you can throw Del Curry in there.
No,
you can
can't.
throw Mitch Richmond in that bad boy.
You got to throw Larry Bird in.
You got, Larry Bird. So they're going to say Ray
Those
Allen.
3.
They're going to say Ray
But
Allen,
the top
Reggie
2,
Miller. And then guess who the other 2 are going to be? Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. They're going to say Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Reggie Miller, Larry Bird, and
Ray Allen.
If you're top 5 shooter
of all time.
in
In the 3-point range.
in the 3-point range, who can score 60 points, only put the ball on the floor 12 dribbles,
12 dribbles.
I think you're top 75. Heck, you top 50.
I said top 60. He's a top 60 player.
When he's done, and my Golden State Warriors win the next 2 titles, he's got 5 rings in your face. Which he should have 5 rings. Well, should have 4, because when those are injuries, you just can't overcome those injuries. You know, Toronto celebrate. I'm happy for Toronto. Canada finally got a pro United States championship, a professional sports championship from the United States. Last team to do that was the back-to-back Toronto Blue Jays. I get it. But they should have 4. They let LeBron come back on that 3-1. Okay, so you would have 4 rings.
5.
Nah, the injury is injury.
Yeah, the injuries are injuries, but that's
Did
what I'm
Kimmy
saying.
Matomo didn't make the list?
No.
Oh, man, his
Nope.
defensive, all NBA defensive players,
I'm trying
man.
to tell you, man. There's
Jeez.
some
Well,
players.
he's going to make the top 100. So would Ben Wallace. Chris Mullen definitely is going to be on it. I feel bad for Chris Mullen because he's going
I'm
to be
mad
about
about
almost
Chris Mullen.
70
I tried to
years
tell you.
old before he gets to see that. Shoot, let's see. That's 20 years from now. I'm 45, so I'll be 65 years old when Chris Mullen is going to be introduced. Gosh, that is horrible. I think that's a bigger snub than
Klay Thompson.
Klay Thompson.
I think it is too.
Because if I look on this right, let me see if I did this right. All right, anyways.
He's the only.
I mean, I think they're going by all NBA appearances, first teams, all that. You know, I know Damian Lillard is having a good little run right this second.
I think there's a lot
No
of
championships.
There's a lot of what's that?
Media recency bias.
There you go. That's your favorite
That's
line.
exactly recency bias. You should not put you got to mix it. I don't know how they did it, but listen, it don't make sense. All right. So that's the NBA new, because I think everyone else should be on. Oh, Anthony Davis.
I don't think he should be on.
I don't think he should be on there either. He was not winning until who came?
No, he wasn't winning until he went.
Who?
No, it wasn't until someone came. It's until
Who?
he went.
Well, he got New Orleans to a couple playoff games.
But he wasn't
with
winning.
Chris Paul, by
Right.
the way.
Yeah, that's
when
what I'm
Chris
saying.
Paul left, he weren't going
He wasn't doing
anywhere.
nothing. And
he didn't
was-
lead no
He
team
was
nowhere.
mad, and he was pouting.
He was mad, upset,
Oh
right?
yeah, I
Right.
need to leave.
So they don't wait for him to get. Listen, he has some All-NBA. Yeah, you know, Anthony Davis has All-American, All-World talent. Okay, and
Talent only gets you so far.
But here's the thing.
I don't even say it's potential.
But you leaving
You
all
got
these
all
other
world
players.
potential.
You leaving Klay Thompson. You leaving Dwight Howard off the list. Okay. At least Dwight Howard led Orlando to the NBA championship game.
Yes.
Right?
He did.
Right? And he beat those big three Celtics. Right?
Yes, he did.
Okay. So
The big two Celtics.
Well, two Celtics.
Because Kevin wasn't playing.
Right. So you gonna sit here and tell me that Anthony Davis get the nod over him because he got a championship with LeBron and some recency type stuff? I know he made All NBA a few more times, maybe. Okay, but are we going by stats, or are we going by impact, or we're going to mixture of both? I mean, I'm trying to figure it out.
I put him in the same.
He doesn't get above Dwight Howard.
I mean, he was hurt. So
and he's always hurt.
So why is he on the list? Because they took a lot. There's a lot of people that were always hurt,
Anthony
and they ain't on
Davis
the
is
list.
top 100. I might even question Kawhi. The only reason why I can't question Kawhi because he had 3 big championship runs.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
All the in between, he's all right.
Mhm.
But man, when he gets to that NBA championship game, for some strange reason,
He's like Eli.
he's
like
just
Eli.
He's just as good as Jordan.
He's like Eli.
He's Eli Manning.
Eli Manning getting that Super Bowl and
All of a sudden,
Something happens.
He's better than his brother. All of a sudden, for one day, he's better than his brother. And that's the Super
better
Bowl.
than Tom Brady.
Hey, big bro, listen.
He's like, when I
Listen, you might have all the stats. I did something you can't do. That's beat Tom Brady
in the Super Bowl.
in the Super Bowl twice.
Twice.
I did it twice.
Did you see the interview that they had
Oh,
together?
no, I'm about to watch it.
Oh man, it's hilarious.
All right, but anyways, no, I just, man, I mean, and I know some of y'all, I know we're being long-winded on this NBA one, but this is important.
Yeah.
You can't leave people out like Klay Thompson, Chris Mullen. Dwight Howard.
Kyrie's
Dwight Howard
left out.
retired those 10 years. He just retired on top of right when his peak started to go after that injury.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? He would be on this list.
You know what I was thinking? Shaq is the fault for some of this with Dwight Howard.
I would say Shaq's fault. Shaq
No,
just
no.
called out with Dwight Howard. I agree with Shaq.
No. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about what he said.
What?
Shaq is the fault.
Why is that?
And the sad thing is they don't hold no other big guy to the same standards that they did with Dwight Howard when Shaq, because they were like, this is what Shaq did, this is what you should be doing.
Well, they do that with Jordan and great players, because the next greatest player is going to be compared to Jordan too, and
Right.
LeBron. Giannis, I think, is going to.
I don't think Giannis is going to get there.
I think Giannis is going to be in 10 years. They're going to be talking about Giannis as the greatest player, because I think Giannis will win some more championships.
Really?
Maybe. I mean, Milwaukee. I mean, I just listen. I was an anti-Giannis guy for a second. Okay, not because of his potential, it's because the media was blowing him up way too fast. Okay, listen, the guy had no jumper. You clog up his running lanes, he's done. Okay, they were anointing him too quick, too early. Just let the guy bloom. Let him figure it out. Okay, that's what I said. Give me 7 years. Let's have a talk. Okay, they were making him after year 3, 4, whatever. Okay, got the MVP because he had some stats. Okay, then he got that one over LeBron. I was like, okay, y'all being flat out ridiculous. Okay, all right, but everyone agreed with that. But this Giannis finally showed up. I love his heart. His story, his heart. He's a throwback. Kids, watch Giannis. Watch his interviews. Copy his heart. You'll be the greatest player. But I think he'll be in that conversation. It's hard to predict the future because you thought, D Rose is going to be the greatest guard of all time, how he started, okay? And, and Grant Hill too, things change, okay? So that's my other thing. Why is he on the list?
Who, Grant Hill?
No, Giannis, he's only 26.
I don't know why he's on the list. Old boy's not on the list from Philadelphia.
He's only been in the league, what, 5, 6 years? 7, 6?
Kyrie's not on the list.
Kyrie's like, if you put Giannis on the list, why you didn't put Kyrie? Kyrie's got a championship.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of the greatest rim scorers, greatest scorers of all time.
Greatest handles outside of
He's
Pete
got the
Maravich.
greatest handles. He's got better handles than him.
It's debatable. Yeah.
No, I don't think
Him
it's
and Curly
debatable.
Neal.
I don't think it's
I
debatable.
don't know. Curly Neal's.
Kyrie's got the greatest handles, period. And here's the thing. He's not on there. Nope. So why is Giannis on there? Listen, recency bias. He had the greatest NBA Finals game in history, I think. Okay? For what he did. A guy who can't hit free throws, go 18, made 17 in a row, okay? Scored 50 and said, I am not losing this championship. Okay, that's the greatest. I think that's the greatest NBA Finals game performed by a person, period. Okay? That doesn't mean you belong in the top 75. That's your one championship. Mm-hmm. You proved that you won. You got 2 NBA champion Finals MVPs. Okay?
That's your get caught. That's your catch the ball in your helmet.
That's I'm putting you all on notice. I'm going after the greatest player in 10 years talk, okay? Doesn't mean you're 75 right now.
Yeah, he shouldn't be on it because Joker's not on there.
Jokic does have some say, but
I'm just saying.
I think he has more time.
He does, but so does Giannis.
He's pretty much a solid at the top 100. So he's solid because he's redefining the center position. Big men are dead. Well, now Embiid and Jokic is saying, no, big men ain't dead. We just have to evolve a little bit. Mm-hmm. But I'm still going to dominate the inside, outside, and all in between. But Giannis is on there, and Dwight Howard's not.
I agree.
And he's got a championship. I don't care if he was a role player. He's got a ring, so you can't say that because he earned that ring. Mm-hmm. So Anthony Davis didn't win unless he had Chris Paul, LeBron James. He didn't lead anybody. The same thing with Kyrie and Kevin Love until LeBron came there. They weren't winning.
I agree. That's why Damian Lillard should not be on the list. I don't think. Well, you know how I feel about Russell Westbrook. He shouldn't be on the list either.
Well, I mean that triple doubles.
I know
he was not going to be on the list until he did those 3 straight seasons of triple doubles. If he didn't do that, he wouldn't be on the list.
All right,
he would not be on the list if he didn't do those 3 straight seasons of triple doubles.
Triple doubles just don't.
They're not the
produce
same.
To wins.
They don't produce wins because it's a different era of basketball right now. But it just doesn't. It's just, I mean, one, you co-dependent. Well, I mean, because
he's getting triple doubles with 30 points and they're not winning.
Well, here's the thing: triple doubles a little different. Now, I mean, first of all, there's not listen. Guards weren't even allowed to even smell the paint in the physical era of basketball. Mm-mm. Okay, that's why they shot mid-ranges. Because you can't get no closer than that.
Unless you were Isaiah Thomas
or
Magic
Guards
Johnson.
going in the inside, they rebound now. There's no physicality, so anybody can shoot. I mean, Steph Curry just got 2 straight games almost with triple doubles.
I know.
Steph Curry.
I know.
So if he can get 10 plus rebounds, then you know there's something wrong with the era, right?
Yeah, but
okay. So triple doubles is kind of fool's gold a little bit today, and plus, you're going to have way more opportunities there because this is the best offensive era of basketball history. So everyone can hit a jump shot. So it's just about you passing to someone to hit a jump shot, you know? So, you know, I can pass it to this guy about 20 times, okay? More than likely, if I pass it to my teammates at least 20 to 25 times, I'm going to get at least 9 to 11 assists because 9 or 10 of those shots are going to go in.
Right.
It's a percentage game now, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So it's different than Oscar Robertson's triple-double.
That's what. You're absolutely right.
All right.
And that's why Oscar Robertson belongs on there.
It is a triple-double. You know, a triple crown's a triple crown. You know, Miguel Cabrera hit the triple crown. Yeah, is it the same as today? Well, you might argue his triple crown might be better than Joe DiMaggio's or whoever it was. That
I can agree with that because athleticism is a lot harder.
And pitching is a lot crazier nowadays. Right. Okay, so, you know.
Basketball's different, though.
Yeah, I get, all right. So anyways, Russell Westbrook, I have to. If James Harden and Kevin Durant's on there, you have to add that. I don't know.
James Harden's a different story, man. I'm on the fence with James.
I know best offensive players in the history of basketball.
That's what I'm saying. I'm on the fence with him.
But average 40 points a game if he really, really wanted to. He almost did it. He almost did it.
If you're doing that, then
he almost did it. His offensive game for the last 7, 8, 10 years of playing.
I am not complaining about James Harden.
He had a good decade.
James Harden is not the weakest link out of that Oklahoma 3.
No, it's always been Westbrook, but Westbrook triple-double. 3 straight seasons. MVP.
Yeah, you know, they're just going to
All
trade.
those all-NBA appearances.
Trade him for Kyrie.
Well, that's a whole different thing. That's a whole different thing. We'll talk about podcasts too about Kyrie. But anyways, all right. Well, hey, thanks for listening. We're gonna end it there. Okay, so pretty much Klay Thompson snubs. Klay Thompson, Dwight Howard, Manu Ginobili, and Chris Mullins are snubs.
Chris Mullen.
And those who should be, I think we agree that should be out. Should be Anthony Davis. Who am I missing? Damian Lillard
and Giannis.
People are like, Giannis? Oh, yeah. Dude, Giannis is 26. If he does basketball right and he look like he's the new LeBron when it comes to physical taking care of your body, he's going to go to about 37, 38 years old. He's still got another decade of basketball to play.
We shall see. He's a big man. You know how their bodies are.
We'll find out. I mean, hopefully he might have another. Shoot, if he puts in another 7 years, he's going to get enough, to make the 100. You don't need to be top 75.
He don't need to make it. He's on there now.
Or you're on it now, but you don't need to be top 75. He ain't top 75.
I agree.
That's future projection.
Yeah.
Just like they did with Shaq.
Shaq, no.
Well, they could have got it wrong, man, but they didn't.
When Shaq came out of college, it was like, it's a whole new type of man playing basketball.
Yeah, you can't argue with Shaq. You only played in the league 4 years when they met, 5 years when they met. If you count 92.
And he should have been on the dream team instead of
Christian Laettner. Well, Christian Laettner was the NCAA Player of the Year.
I know, but still.
They're only going to allow one college guy.
But still.
Yeah, they should have said, all right. We'll give an honorable position. No, but I get it. All right, hey, thanks for listening to our podcast. Make sure you like, subscribe, listen, follow.
Hit the bells.
All those things. Hit the bells. Do all that stuff. We want to grow this. It's time for us to blow this up, okay? And listen, one day you might find us on one of these major television networks because we need to be on there because people need to hear what we have to say. Radio, all that stuff.
Something.
Listen, we're going to be doing our thing.
Put us out there.
Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, all that stuff.
Grandpa Facebook.
GrownFolksKidsShow.com. Just go there and check all the stuff out, okay? And you'll hear everything we have to say and do. Until then, peace. Oh, you said peace out first.
You'd have messed up the whole ending, man.
I always do that. My ending sucks.
Man, hey.
You do the ending from now on.
Peace out. Together, not apart.